Louisville, in the state of Kentucky, in America, began its life as a city in 1778, and it is named after King Louis XVI of France. High upon a wind-swept hill overlooking the city sits Waverly Hills Sanatarium, formerly a tuberculosis hospital. It sits on land that was originally purchased by Major Thomas Hayes in 1883. It was here that he built his family home, and because it was so far away from any schools for his daughters to attend, he decided to build his own one-room schoolhouse. He hired a woman named Lizzie Lee Harris to teach at his school, and it is said that she loved it so much that she named it Waverly School after her favourite books. Major Hayes also liked this name and named his property Waverly Hills. By 1900, Louisville had the highest death rate from tuberculosis in the country, and it was decided that a sanitarium was needed. Thus, in 1908, construction began on a 2-storey wooden building, and in 1910, Waverly Hills Sanitarium was opened. It was designed to accommodate 40 to 50 patients, all suffering with TB, a serious disease, and people suffering with it were confined from the public and placed in areas where they could get plenty of fresh air. In 1912, the patients were transferred into tents while work was done on the building, and in 1914 it was expanded to have a children's pavilion added, providing 50 more beds. However, due to overcrowding, construction began on the Gothic-style building seen today in 1924, and it opened for business in 1926. It literally was like a self-contained community. It had its own post office, water treatment facility, and it even grew its own fruit and veg. It was capable of accommodating over 400 patients, and it was considered one of the most modern and well-equipped facilities at the time. There were many attempts to treat TB, and quite a few were brutal and extremely painful. While the patients who did survive left through the front door, those that didn't left through what is now known as the body chute, an enclosed tunnel that led from the hospital to the railroad tracks at the bottom of the hill. This was done so that the patients would not see how many were leaving the hospital as corpses. Waverly Hills served as a hospital until 1961, when a cure for TB was discovered, and it is said that during its 50-plus years in operation, at least 8,500 people died here, including children. The hospital was closed down and renovated, and in 1962 it was reopened as Woodhaven Medical Services, a geriatric nursing home. During its time as a nursing home, there were rumours of squalid conditions and neglect and abuse of the patients, and in 1981 it was finally closed down by the state. In 1983 it was bought by J. Clifford Todd, who wanted to convert it into a minimum security prison. But this plan was soon dropped after the neighbours complained. In 1996 it was bought by Robert Albahaski, and he wanted to build the world's tallest statue of Jesus, but this fell through too. During this time, the sanitarium had become vandalised, damaged, and nearly condemned until it was bought by Charles and Tina Mattingly in 2001. They planned to turn the facility into a 4-star hotel, and today they host guided tours and a haunted house attraction each Halloween. I would like to point out that this is private property, so no trespassing please, otherwise the ghosties will get you. Waverly Hills Sanatarium is reportedly home to a number of ghosts, and there are many reports of screams and moans, and shadowy figures have been seen. The building is full of creaky doors, and in the body chute, eerie shadows have been seen, and footsteps and voices have been heard. One tale connected with the hospital is that of a 7-year-old little boy called Timmy. It is believed that he died here of TB, and in death it is said that he likes to play with balls, particularly bouncing them up and down like any other normal little boy would have done. The ghost of a little girl has also been seen here, and she is known as Mary. She has been seen on the 3rd floor solarium, where she plays hide and seek with the visitors. Children have also been heard singing on the roof, where they would have been taken to be exposed to the healing rays of the sun. Another creepy tale involves a pregnant nurse who is said to haunt room 502. Which used to be a patient's bathroom. It is said that in 1928, a nurse called Mary Lee discovered that she was pregnant after a brief fling with the owner of the sanitarium. He refused to have anything to do with her or the child. So in total despair, she hung herself using a light bulb wire outside room 502. Now, because she was the only nurse on duty on that floor at the time, the patients had to continue walking around a hung body to use it. That was until the next nurse showed up to take over the duty. Another story connected with the hospital is that of another nurse who took her life in 1932. It is said that she jumped from the balcony of the roof that leads from room 502. However, no one knows why, but what is known is that the full apparition of a female nurse dressed in white has been seen, and some visitors have heard a voice in room 502 saying, "Get out." An elderly lady has been seen with her feet and hands bleeding and chained together. She is usually seen running from the front door screaming for help by stunned onlookers. She is believed to have been a resident of the geriatric nursing home who was obviously abused during her stay here. Rooms are said to light up even though there is no electricity running through the building. The 4th floor is said to be very active, with many reports of shadowy figures and doors slamming. A man dressed in white is said to haunt the cafeteria and kitchen, where the smell of food often wafts from, even though the kitchen has not been used since 1982. And with that I conclude the Ghosts of Waverly Hills Sanatarium. I would like to thank my lovely friend Nixie Chixie, aka Amber, for asking me to do this. I don't normally do ghost stories in America because I'm from the UK. If I've got anything wrong, or if anyone would like to share any information with me, please do so down there. I'm all ears. I probably have got things wrong because I don't really know about the place. I had to do some research on it, but I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope the spooky ambience has helped as well, and hope it makes me look like I've got greasy skin and you can see me wrinkles. Awesome. Thanks again for watching You take care, and I'll see you soon. Until then, bye for now.